Welcome everybody once again. So we are in our fourth class for module 6. We are studying plastic analysis of structures. So far we have studied about the plastic moment, yield moment, plastic section modulus, elastic section modulus, what is shape factor, how to determine the shape factor. Then what is a lower bound theorem, what is upper bound theorem, what are the different mechanisms. So we saw about the beam mechanism, then sway mechanism and Gable mechanism, and there may be the combination of any of these individual mechanisms also. So now in this class we are going to solve some three problems to determine the load, that is collapse load, using the mechanisms. So before going to the problem, let us see a few definitions for factor of safety. So factor of safety is nothing but the yield stress by, it is the ratio of yield stress to the working stress, and load factor is the ratio of collapse load to the working load. Now, while solving the problems, you have to keep in mind these two important things. That is, for collapse load, while you need to determine the collapse load, the least value of collapse load has to be taken. So you will be considering different mechanisms, and among the mechanisms, the least value of all the mechanisms under considerations should be considered. So that is the minimum load at which collapse will occur is to be taken. This is for collapse load. When you are considering the plastic moment, the highest value should be considered. That is, the maximum moment for which the structure is to be designed is to be taken. That means, see, നമ്മൾ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ മാക്സിമം മൊമെന്റിനായിരിക്കും ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ലോഡ് കൊളാപ്സ് ലോഡ് എന്ന് നമ്മൾ പറയുന്നത് the least load for which the structure will collapse. That is the meaning of that. Okay. ഈ പ്ലാസ്റ്റിക് മൊമെന്റിനാണ് നമ്മൾ ഡിസൈൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. സോ വി വിൽ ഡിസൈൻ ഫോർ മാക്സിമം മൊമെന്റ്. ആൻഡ് ലോഡ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് what is the least load our structure will carry. So while considering the collapse load, you will consider the least value, and while considering the plastic moment, you will consider the highest value. Now we will move on to the problems. So the first problem is a continuous beam ABC is loaded as shown in figure. So you can see a continuous beam ABC. So here it is a two-span continuous beam. ABC is a two-span continuous beam. AB is one span and BC is another span. And in the span AB, you have a UDL of 5 kilonewton per meter. And this span AB is 12 meter long. The span BC is 24 meter long. And you have a 60 kilonewton concentrated load at a distance of 8 meter from B acting at D, and a 90 kilonewton concentrated load acting at a distance of 8 meter from C acting at E. Also, the plastic moment for the span AB is taken as MP, and the plastic moment for the span BC is taken as 2MP. Okay, now we are asked to determine the required MP. Determine the required MP if the load factor is 3.2. So we know load factor is nothing but the collapse load by working load. So we may not use this for the problem. So now we will solve the problem. So we have a two-span continuous beam. So first of all, we have to find the statical indeterminacy, the number of possible hinges, and the number of independent mechanisms. So that will be our first step. So for this problem, if we see the statical indeterminacy, so first of all, we will see what is the statical indeterminacy, that is represented by R. So that is equal to the number of unknown reaction. At A, we have two unknown reaction. At B, we have one unknown reaction. At C, we have one unknown reaction. So totally 2 plus 1 plus 1. So totally 4 unknown reactions. So 4 unknown reactions. So it is 4 minus the number of equilibrium conditions available for the beams with the vertical loadings is 2. So statical indeterminacy is equal to 2. You should be very careful while solving this. See, if the first step is wrong, the whole complete problem is going to be wrong. You will not get any mark. Okay, so from the first step itself, you should be very careful. So here statical indeterminacy is equal to 2. Now, what are the number of possible hinges? So we will see the possible hinges. So possible hinges is represented by n. So the possible hinges are, if we take this continuous beam A, B, C, at A there is a possibility of hinge, right? Then for the span AB, so this may not be correct if I draw like that. I will write, so the hinges are at A. Okay, at the point A you will have a hinge. Now, this A, B, C, A is fixed. So at A you will have a hinge. B is an intermediate support. So if B is an intermediate support, that also should be considered as fixed support. So at B you will have a hinge. Now at D and E you have concentrated loads. So you will have a hinge at D. There is a possibility of hinge at E. Now in this span AB you have a UDL. So in this span AB where maximum bending moment occurs, maximum bending moment will occur at the center of, at the midpoint or the center of the span AB, at the mid of the span AB. So in the span AB, at the mid of AB you will have a plastic hinge. So let us take that point as A, B, C, D, E, F. So at the F also you will have a plastic hinge. Okay. So the possibilities of hinges are at A, B, D, E. Since C is an exterior simple support, there will not be any plastic hinge, there will be a mechanical hinge. No plastic hinge will be formed here. Now, here in the span AB, where the maximum bending moment occurs, there you will have a hinge. So, it is at F. So, number of hinges will be equal to 5. So, now the number of independent mechanisms. So, number of independent mechanisms is equal to n minus r, 5 minus 2 is equal to 3. So you will have 3 independent mechanisms. So let us see how the 3 independent mechanisms occurs. Okay, so the first, for the span AB, the beam mechanism for the span AB. So this is the beam, so there will be beam mechanism. So for the span AB, there is a hinge at A, hinge at B, then at the midpoint. Okay, there will be a hinge at A, hinge at B, then at the midpoint, you will have a hinge. So your beam will be like this. See, your AB, your span AB will form like this. A, this F comes here and B. Okay, so this is mechanism 1. Now, what about mechanism 2 and 3 will occur in the span BC. So, one beam mechanism here, the collapse, the hinge will be forming at D, and in the another mechanism, the hinge will be forming at E. So now, it is BC, for the span BC. Okay, this is B and C. At C, you will have a mechanical hinge. No plastic hinge, it is mechanical hinge at C, because at C, the support is simple support. At B, it is an intermediate support, so that has to be considered as fixed support. So there is a hinge at B. Now, there will be a hinge at, forming a hinge at D is mechanism 2. So this is mechanism 2, and mechanism 3 will be again for the span BC, forming a hinge at E. So here hinge at B, at C you have a mechanical hinge, at E you will have a plastic hinge. So this is your mechanism 3. Okay, so totally you have 3 mechanisms. Now we will take each mechanism separately and we will find the plastic moment. So our aim is to determine the mechanism. Then for each mechanism, for every mechanism, you equate the external work done is equal to internal work done. That's all. So first of all, our first cases, we will take mechanism 1. Okay. So mechanism 1. So for the mechanism 1, we know how is the mechanism. It is for AB, right? For the span AB. So we have A, B, we have a hinge at A, we have a hinge at B. Now, at the point where the maximum moment occurs, that is at F. So we have a hinge at the mid of the span AB. Okay, this is mid of the span AB. Okay. So now, see the diagram. We have a 5 kilonewton per meter loadings, right? So we will mark this 5 kilonewton per meter loading. 5 kilonewton per meter. So let us take this angle as theta. And the distances, see this distance AB is 12 meter. So the hinge forming will be 6 meter, 6 meter. So when you take AB, this is 6 meter. And this is 6 meter. So totally it is 12 meters. Okay. So since it is 6 meter, 6 meter, if this is theta, this is also theta. So what is this distance? This distance will be equal to 6 theta. This is 6. 6, so it is 6 theta. You can take sine theta is equal to this. You take this as y. Sine theta is equal to y. No. You can take tan theta. Tan theta is equal to y by 6. So y is equal to 6 tan theta. So taking theta as a small, you will get 6 theta. So y is equal to 6 theta. Okay. So this is 6 theta. Now you have to, so here the plastic hinge, see it is given in the span AB. For the span AB, the plastic moment is MP, right? So here it is MP, the plastic moment is MP. Here the plastic moment is MP, and here also the plastic moment is MP. Now see what is this angle. You extend this, and what is this angle? So how will you determine this angle? See, if you draw a horizontal line, this line makes an angle theta with the horizontal. That means this is an extended line. This angle makes an angle of theta with the horizontal. What is this line? This B, this line starting from B. See, this also makes an angle of theta with the horizontal. So this makes an angle of theta with the horizontal. That means your total angle is 2 theta. Okay. So, which means this angle is 2 theta. Now we will take external work done is equal to internal work done. So what is our external work done? WE is equal to, so external work done is equal to the load into this distance. See here this is an UDL. So load into the area under the load. So load is 5 kilonewton. 5 kilonewton per meter. Okay. Okay, one more thing. It is given, the load factor is given, right? So how much is the load factor given? Load factor is given as 3.2 meter. So you have to consider 5 into 3.2. 5 into 3.2. It is 16, right? So if the load factor is given, you have to consider the load factor also. So considering the load factor, it is 5 into 3.2, that is 16 kilonewton per meter. Okay. So you get 5 into 3.2. This is 3.2 is the load factor. So the load multiplied by this distance. How much is this distance is? 12. Sorry. This is the intensity, right? So 5 into 3.2 is the intensity. So 5, that is 16 kilonewton per meter multiplied by the area under the load. So what is the area under the load? Half into base. Base is AB. So AB is 12 multiplied by height. Height is 6 theta. So what we get is the external load is 576 theta. Now what about the internal work done? Internal work done is equal to, that is MP into theta. So where are the plastic hinges? At A, at F, at B. So at A, it is MP into theta. At F, MP into 2 theta. So it is MP into 2 theta plus at B, MP into theta. So what we get is 4 MP into theta. Now our external work done is equal to internal work done. We get 576 theta is equal to 4 md into theta, from which we get MP, plastic moment, is equal to 144 kilonewton meter. This is for the first mechanism. From the first mechanism, the plastic moment is 144 kilonewton meter. Now we will move on to our second mechanism, mechanism 2. So mechanism 2 is for the span BC. Plastic hinge is at B and D. Okay. So for the span BC, hinges at B and at D. So here we have at D we have 60 kilonewton loading. So that is actually 60 into 3.2. That is nothing but 192 kilonewton. Also at E we have a 90 kilonewton loading. So 90 into 3.2, that is nothing but 288 kilonewton. So here we will assume here this at B the angle formed is theta, and at C the angle formed will be theta 1, and we know the distance is 8 meter, 8 meter and 8 meter. So if this is 8 meter, so this distance will be equal to 8 theta. Okay. So this distance is equal to 8 theta, and this distance will be equal to 8 theta 1. And this angle will be equal to, this makes an angle of theta and this makes an angle of theta 1. So theta plus theta 1. So how it is theta plus theta 1? This is BC. See, if you draw a horizontal line, this is theta and this is theta 1. So this angle, this line makes an angle of theta with the horizontal, and this line makes an angle of theta 1 with the horizontal. So total is theta plus theta 1. Theta plus theta 1. So now we will find the relationship between theta and theta 1. So we will take, so this is B, C, D, E. We will take this as G. Okay, so we will take triangles C, D, G and triangle C, E, H. So this 8 theta, we will take this first. So 8 theta 1 by 8 theta, 8 theta 1 by 8 theta is equal to 8 by 16. So what we get is theta 1 is equal to theta by 2. Okay. Now we will find what is external work done and internal work done. So external work done, WE is equal to external loads 192 multiplied by the distance, this distance. See, previous case mechanism 1, that was UDL, so we took the area under the load. Here it is concentrated load, so that we will take the distance under the concentrated load. So 192 into 8 theta plus 288 into 8 theta 1. So theta 1 is equal to theta by 2. So substituting theta 1 is equal to theta by 2, we get WE is equal to 2688 theta. Now internal work done will be equal to, here it is MP, and for the span BC, the span BC it is given between this B and C, it is 2 times MP. So here it is 2 times MP. This is not a plastic hinge. Here you have a mechanical hinge. So we need not consider this. So what we get is MP into theta plus 2 MP into theta plus theta 1. So theta 1 is theta by 2. Substituting, we get internal work done is equal to 4 mp into theta. Now we will equate WE, external work done is equal to internal work done, from which we get 2688 theta is equal to 4 mp into theta, from which we get mt is equal to 672 kilonewton meter. Now we have one more mechanism. So we have for the first mechanism, mp is equal to 144 kilonewton meter. Second mechanism, mp is equal to 672 kilonewton meter. So I have told you earlier, if it is moment, we have to consider the maximum value. So we have one more mechanism. So mechanism 3, right? So we will go on for mechanism 3. So mechanism 3 is also beam mechanism. Mechanism 3 is for the span BC, hinge occur at E and B. We have a 60 kilonewton load, so multiply 60 into 3.2. 90 kilonewton at E, so multiply 90 into 3.2. So the distance is 8 meter, 8 meter, 8 meter. For D and E, you have 2 mp. So at E, you will have 2 mp. Okay. So we will draw the mechanism. Similarly, like 2, we will draw the mechanism. So this is B and C. The hinge is formed at E, right? Hinge is formed at E. So here you have plastic hinge. There is a hinge at B. So we have a concentrated load of 192 kilonewton, that is 60 into 3.2. And here you have a concentrated load of 288 kilonewton, that is 90 into 3.2. Okay. Now if you consider the distance, so we will take this angle as theta and this angle as theta 1. So our distance is, we know this is 8 meter, 8 meter and 8 meter. So this distance is, we will take this point as G. So the distance is, this distance is 8 theta and this distance is 8 theta 1. And if you take the angle, this will be equal to theta plus theta 1. Now we will take the relationship between theta and theta 1. So taking triangles B, E, you take this as D, this as F. So taking triangles CFE and CDG, we get 8 theta 1 by 8 theta is equal to 8 by 16. Is it correct? Sorry. We have taken wrongly. See, these two are not similar triangles. We have to take this triangle and this triangle. This triangle and this triangle is a similar triangles. So taking triangles BDG, taking triangles BDG and BFE, we have 8 theta 1 by 8 theta is equal to 16 by 8. So from which we get theta 1 is equal to 2 theta. Okay. Now we will find external work done. So work done, external work done is equal to load into distance. So 192 into 8 theta plus 288 into 8 theta 1. Substitute theta 1 is equal to 2 theta. We get external work done is equal to 6144 theta. Similarly, internal work done is equal to, here you have MP, here you have 2 times MP. So MP into theta plus 2 times MP into theta plus theta 1. Substitute theta 1 is equal to 2 theta. We get internal work done is equal to 7 MP into theta. Now we will equate external work done is equal to internal work done. We get 6144 theta is equal to 7 MD theta, from which we get MD is equal to 877.71 kilonewton meter. So you compare all the plastic moments. So first mechanism, our plastic moment is 144 kilonewton meter. Second mechanism, our plastic moment is 672 kilonewton meter. And the third mechanism, the plastic moment is 877.71 kilonewton meter. So you have to take the greatest value, which means our plastic moment for this problem is 877.71 kilonewton meter. So compare all the three mechanisms. Whichever is greater, you have to take that value. We will move on to the second problem. So second problem is, a beam fixed at both ends is subjected to an UDL W on the right half span. So we have a beam fixed at both the ends. We will draw a beam fixed at both the ends. So we will take the length of the beam as L. We will give A, B. Now, it is subjected to an UDL of W on the right half portion. So this is the right half. So we take the left half as L by 2, the right half as L by 2. So we have an UDL, total UDL is W. So this is nothing but W into L by 2. Okay. So W per unit length. So total is W. So we can take it as W per unit length. So this is equal to W into L by 2. On the right half portion, determine the value of collapse load WC. That means we have to take the least value. The beam is of uniform plastic moment MP. So everywhere the plastic moment is MP. Now, as usual, our first step is find the statical indeterminacy R. So here, statical indeterminacy is equal to you have two unknowns at A and two unknowns at B. So totally 4 minus static equilibrium for vertical loads with a beam with vertical load is 2. So statical indeterminacy is 2. Now, possible hinges. Capital N is equal to, you can have a hinge at A, hinge at B. Now, we will take this point as C. So, we don't know. See, we don't, this is a single span beam AB. So, we don't know where the maximum bending moment occurs. Okay, so at the point where the maximum bending moment occurs, That is in the in the portion CB. In the portion CB, you will have one hinge. So total hinges is equal to 3. Therefore, number of mechanisms is equal to 3 minus 2. N minus R, 3 minus 2 is 1. So we have only one mechanism. That is, you will have a plastic hinge at A, at B, and a point where the maximum bending moment occurs. So now our aim is to find that maximum bending moment, where the maximum bending moment occurs. So for that, we will take the moment about B. We need to find what is RA, what is RB. So we will take the moments about B. So sigma moment is not equal to 0. So here we will assume the moments, that is MA, because two unknowns, right? See, you have the statical indeterminacy is 2. If the statical indeterminacy is 2, we will assume MA and MB are redundants. So we will assume MA and MB as redundants. See, what are the external reactions? Vertical reaction at A, moment at A. Vertical reaction at B, moment at B. So, the statical indeterminacy is 2. So, any two unknowns we have to take as redundants. So, we are taking MA and MB as redundants. And that they reach the plastic moments. So, this MA and MB becomes plastic. So, the third hinge is likely to occur in between C and B. We know that. Now, once the hinges are formed at A and B, the beam behaves like a simply supported beam. So, we are assuming the hinges are formed at A and B. So, once the hinges are formed at A and B, the beam behaves like a simply supported beam. Now, you can take the moment at B is equal to 0. Because this is behaving as a simply supported beam, we have assumed MA and MB as redundants. We have assumed the hinges are formed at A and B. So what we get is, here we have RA and here we have RB, right? Here we have vertical reaction at A, RA, and vertical reaction at B, RB. So sigma MB is equal to 0 implies RB into L minus this load minus this W into L by 2 multiplied by half of the distance. L by 2 is equal to 0. So from which we get RB is equal to, sorry, not RB, RA. So here also it is RA. RA into L minus this W into L by 2. So W is equal to W into L by 2 into L by 2. So RA is equal to WL square by 4L. So we get WL by 4. Similarly, we can take sigma MA is equal to 0. We get RB into L minus RB into L plus W into L by 2 into L by 2 plus L by 4. This distance about A. So L by 2 plus half of this distance is see this is L by 2 into L by 4. Here it is L by 4. So we get WL square by WL square by 8. So it is WL by 8. WL by 8. Right? So that is nothing but W by 4. W into L by 4 into 2. So W into L by 2 is W. So that is nothing but W by 4. Okay. So substitute W into L by 2 is equal to W. So now here it is minus RB into L plus W into L by 2 into L by 2 plus L by 4 is equal to 0. We get RB is equal to 3 by 4 we get RB is equal to 7 by 8 WL. Is it correct? WL by 8. So we will get total is W into L by 2 minus WL by 8. So we get 4WL minus WL by 8, 3WL by 8. Okay. We get 3WL by 8. So that is nothing but 3 by 4 of W. And here we will be getting, I think, 5WL by 8. RA is equal to RA into L minus. So RA is equal to, so okay, anyway, this is 3 by 4 W. So W by 4 and 3 by 4 W. RA is W by 4, RB is 3 by 4 W. Okay. Now, we will consider a section X at a distance X from B. Consider a section X, XX, at a distance of X from B. So what you get is bending moment at X is equal to mx is equal to RB into X, RB into X about this section, bending moment about this section. So RB into X positive minus W into, that is small w into X into X by 2. So we get what is RB 3 by 4 W. So 3 by 4 W into X minus W x square by 2. Now, when will we have maximum bending moment? Mx will be maximum when dm by dx is equal to 0. So now we will differentiate this with respect to x. So dm by dx is equal to d by dx of 3 by 4 wx minus wx square by 2 is equal to 0. So what we get is differentiating this with respect to x. 3 by 4 w minus w 2 wx square by minus 2wx by 2 is equal to 0. So from which we get 3 by 4 w. Now what is small w? See, small w is nothing but 2 capital W by L, right? 2 capital W by L. Sorry. Yeah, 2 capital W by L. We will cancel this 2 too. So 2 capital W by L minus 2 capital W by L into x is equal to 0, which implies 2 Wx by L is equal to 3 by 4 W. So W get cancelled, from which we get x is equal to 3L by 8. So that means our maximum bending moment will occur at a distance of when x is equal to 3 by 8L. So maximum bending moment will occur at a distance of when x is equal to 3 by 8L. That means a hinge will be formed at a distance of 3L by 8 from B. Okay, at a distance of 3L by 8 you will have a hinge. So we have only one possible mechanisms. Number of possible mechanisms is 1. So how that mechanism will be? At A you will have a hinge, at B you will have a hinge, and from at a distance of 3L by 8 from B you will have a hinge. So we will draw the mechanism now. So our mechanism will be okay. At A we will have a hinge, at B we will have a hinge at a distance of 3L by 8 from B. So this distance is, so total distance is L. At a distance of this distance is 3L by 8. Okay. So that means this distance is 5L by 8. So our load is from L by 2. From L by 2 we have a load of W per unit length. W per length we have a load. This distance is L by 2. Okay. So now we will take this angle as theta. This angle as theta 1. So this is equal to theta plus theta 1. Now this distance is, we will write in terms of theta. So 5L by 8 theta. 5L by 8 theta or 3L by 8 theta 1. Okay, this distance that is equal to 3L by 8 theta 1. So now we will relate theta and theta 1. So this is nothing but, see this, that is 5L by 8 theta is equal to 3L by 8 theta 1. So we can cancel 8 LL. We get theta 1 is equal to 5 by 3 theta. Now our external work done. So external work done is equal to this is our UDL, right? So how much is our UDL? W into L by 2. So external work done is equal to W into L by 2, that is the loading, multiplied by the area under the load. So now we need, how much is this? So this distance is L by 2 into theta. L by 2 into theta. So this is area of this trapezium plus area of this triangle. So area of this trapezium is equal to half into this distance, that is L by 2 theta plus 5L by 8 theta into the height. So this distance, how much is this distance? This distance is equal to L by 2 minus 3L by 8. Okay. So this is the area of this trapezium. This is the load into area of this trapezium, that is half into these bases, L by 2 theta plus 5L by 8 theta into the height, that is this distance. This distance is equal to L by 2. This is L by 2 minus 3L by 8. Okay. So now trapezium is over, plus the area of this triangle, that is half into this base is 3L by 8 into height is 5L by 8 theta. Now, what is your internal work done? So this is your external work done. Internal work done will be equal to, so everywhere it is MP, right? So here you have on MP, here you have MP, here you have MP. So MP into theta plus MP into theta plus theta 1 plus MP into theta 1. So now we will equate external work done is equal to internal work done. So what we get is WL by 2 multiplied by half into L by 2 theta plus 5 L by, so L by 2 theta plus 5 L by 8 theta. What we get is 4 L theta by 2 plus 5 L theta by 8, 5, 9. So 9 L theta by 8 into, I think you can solve this. Okay, just equate these both. External work done is equal to internal work done. So while equating, you get MP is equal to 9 by 128, because I don't want to waste the time. W into L by 2 into L. So finally you get MP is equal to 9 by 128 WL square by 2. From which we get W is equal to, that is the collapse load per unit length is equal to 128 into 2 MP by 9 L square. See, collapse load we will take together. We will substitute W into L by 2 as capital W. See here itself. Here itself we will calculate. We will replace this W into L by 2 by capital W. So we get the collapse load WC is equal to 128 MP by 9 M. This is your answer. Okay. So if I start solving this, this will take some time. So that I have written it directly. You please solve and take the answer. So I thought of giving you one more problem today, but it is taking a lot of time. So we will stop with this. We will see the next problem in the next class. Thank you.